things that you can't quantify with numbers. That is heart, that is effort, that is belief. And that's what Princeton bring into the main draw out of the QD. Pool D action in front of you. Kyle Montgomery, a.k.a. The Voice, in your ear with Boz Rosendahl, a.k.a. The Mountain. Inside, it is Tyrone Nash. Nice start for him to see him aggressive. And the quick hands. Gangster slapped it as Rambeau heaves it from the corner. Is no good.
Look, I will give you some numbers. I think this is going to be a battle of the boards. Princeton, a very good rebounding team. On average in the World Tour this year at 15. With this lineup, they're even at 17. Paris, not a good rebounding team, surprisingly. With these four on the court, 11 rebounds per game. That's a huge difference.
Keep an eye on the battle of the boards. Like Boz said, Princeton fourth in the league at 15.4 a game. Look at the defense. Huffman with the save. Butler inside. Nash smartly gets out of the paint. 7 seconds to work with. The wily veteran inside. Nash got to convert those. A little bit overzealous on that attempt. Segala gets a look straight on two. Ball rolls out, but we got a whistle.
So landing space violation there. Didn't let the shooter land.
I saw the signal, yes. Got to protect the shooters. We don't want to see any ankles twisted or in worst case scenario broken, but we've seen that before. That's why that whistle comes. Segala knocks down the free throw, first of 2.
I'm curious to see if those 2 games yesterday are going to affect Princeton positively or negatively. I think it's a nice warm-up, actually, mentally and physically.
Well, there was some mental and physical attrition. It took everything they had to win that game against Condava Tariba. Butler, he hits the deck, and so does Rambeau. We're going to see who's the guilty party in that one. I believe it was Butler called for the offensive foul, yet it'll be Paris ball. Paris with the second highest 2-point percentage in the league this year, with teams with 100 or more attempts behind Amsterdam, 33%. They will attack on the inside this time, and it's Segala with Lele to put Princeton up 3-1. Caruso forces one up. That should be an interesting battle between he and Joko, both supreme athletes.
Yeah, and I think that is going to be the matchup we'll see. This is the bread and butter for Paris. The pick and roll game, an option to try to see if they can get a lob for Rambeau. This time it was Segala finishing the layup.
Got a whistle here. Third on Princeton. Princeton, who played in 5 title games on the Challenger circuit this year. They won 2. One in Hongxiong as we see the ball snail one from Tulane. And the most recent, the Daeking Challenger, that's really what secured their 12 seed, that Daeking Challenger win.
Another foul here on Princeton on the rebound attempt there where, Caruso stuck out his forearm, hit Joko on the neck.
That's why you look at this 5-1 lead for Paris with a little bit more credence. Make that 6-1. He didn't forget to flush. Butler, spin move. He took a shot in the nose. He goes down quickly. There's Butler setting up Rambeau with the spin move. You can see the contact right there.
Yeah, that's right in the teeth.
So Butler has played some spot duty for this Princeton team this year and saved his best for last. Really playing his best 3x3 as he will miss the free throw. Is talking too good about him. 6-1 start for Paris. Princeton looking maybe a little fatigued here early in the first 2 minutes from that qualifying draw action. There, Caruso. The tough man. Huffman on the drive, and he will settle his team in with a reverse layup. There he go. Hugo. Oh, is that don't qualify as a putback dunk? That was going there in anyway, right?
Wow. I'm just confused. I think Segala was looking down on the rim. Look at this.
Man, he was floating. Segala taking off. And I guess putting that back in. Looked like it was going. 7-2 Nash. Caruso inside. Sneaks past Segala.
7-3. Takes it.
Now Joko pulls back, lets the two fly too hard.
Teams will let him shoot, but he is a 30% shooter from two on the season.
Yeah, I was going to say, sneakily, you can't leave him open. That two no good from Segala, recovered by Nash. He fakes the handoff. Tyrone. 2-point game.
7-5, one possession ball game. Joko going loco.
Joko, no. He had a nice move on the inside. But it's Princeton who end up with the Wilson. The step back. He said, where you going? Ain't nothing over there. Austin Butler. He had Segala dazed and confused. Just put the brakes on and broke him off in a 7-7 game.
Look, Princeton, after getting down early, has fought themselves all the way back into this game. The only thing that is not tied is the fouls. Let's see if that comes into effect, but I like the defense that they played in the last minute or so. This was early in the game where they left too hard open. That's not smart.
And the Rambo finish. There's that put back, sort of, from Segala. Up to Suhard. Uses the screen. Nash trying to stay in front of Hugo. Hugo wanted some space. Got it, but doesn't get the shot to go. It's like Caruso crashes into Rambo's mullet. And he goes down. Look at this.
There's a lot of physicality on the plate before that.
Huffman got a piece of that, too. The effort is there.
It's tough not to hit the mullet, though. That thing's hitting head, shoulders, everything.
You would think that give him more cushion, though, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's Princeton's ball. Fresh 12 to work with. Caruso saying, come get it. Butler does just that. Butler, have a seat, Hugo. 8-7. Oh, that jab step was devastating. So Segala will draw the foul, but look at that jab step.
You just tried to look for contact and fell.
We got some top 5 plays working today. Day 1 of the 2024 World Tour Final from Hong Kong. 4th game of 12. On this opening day, top 2 from each group advance. You know the rules. You know the deal. Segala at the line. We're all even. 8 up. Segala getting handsy with it. Nash saves it. Huffman hit that one from Nevada. Just inside the half-court line. Huffman gives Princeton a 2-point lead. The floater, no. Huff snags the rebound. Dime time. Nash with the smash. Segala back to Suhard. Suhard has him. He gets rid of Huffman, turns around and fires. He'll have to reload as they have the offensive rebound. Paris getting reset. Hugo using the screen. Suhard skips it to the corner. Joko off the iron.
Again, they're they're giving him some space to shoot. They're playing help side defense off of him.
No hesitation, just hydration. Water from Caruso.
5-point lead now for Princeton.
Segela, bully ball. Oh, a technical foul called on Huffman. He was official Ura says he was flopping.
That was because he, on the play before, he also fell down on that Suhard take. But the score don't count.
Okay, no bucket, but technical free throw attempt for Frank Segela.
No more fouls to give. One shot here, Frank Segela. Once again, silver medalist, Paris 2024.
Something to keep a lookout with this Paris team. They're a very good two-point shooting squad. But with these four guys on the court, they're only at 52.3% inside the arc. That's not high. Average is right around like 65.
Yeah, you want to be around 65 and about 30 from two range. Meantime, Joko across did not lose the defender at all.
Caruso careens the rebound.
Butler chased down by Rambo and Hacks.
On the floor.
Third on Paris. They are trailing this thing by 4. Princeton have not tried to make this a shootout. Obviously, with a Paris team that can knock them down.
Yeah, but I've liked the grit this Princeton team's played with. Look, they started the game off slow, but they have been fighting clawing their way up to a lead. And there's another foul on Paris, an offensive foul on Rambo.
So they're up to 4 now. We're under 4 minutes to play, so it's time for a media timeout. You expect games at this stage, pretty much all of them to be close. Although we started the day with a blowout, Ube over Lehman. That was crazy.
That was a blowout. But look, I think what Princeton's doing here is the same thing Ulaanbaatar did in the last game that we saw. They have gotten the pace to where they like it. Paris usually speeds the game up a little bit. They get deliberate with their actions, but they run those actions very fast. Princeton's been playing them physical, but that's gotten Paris away from what they're good at. The pick and roll with Suhard and Rambo, we haven't seen that too much, and that's usually the centerpiece of their offense.
I get it. I see it. Huffman. Uh-oh. Travel. Drug the pivot foot. That's something that Princeton actually do well, is take care of the ball. They average about 3.22 turnovers per game, which is amongst the best in the league. That turns into points for Paris. Huffman in the corner. He uses the screen. Huffman cleared to fire. Blau, 15-10. Suhard trying to answer with his own two. That's no good.
Paris is having trouble with the drop coverage there that Princeton's playing. Suhard ran off the two-point line, lost Huffman even, but then got so confused that he couldn't get a good shot up.
Well, Huffman makes good on his open look. Again, he's been a 40% two-point shooter this year. Doesn't turn the ball over. And is the heart and soul of this Princeton team. They lead by 5 with 3 minutes to go. Swung right. Joko to Segela. Gela inside. Rambo. Magnifique. Good look. Nice action. Paris make easy work on that possession. That's not exactly in Caruso's repertoire. The hook shot.
That was Caruso Abdul-Jabbar, but not exactly like Kareem used to do it.
No, needs a little bit of work. In any case, timeout on the floor, 2:45 to go.
We're looking at what could be our second upset of the day if you go by standing. Again, Princeton, that drop coverage is so tough to play against because you'll see a lot of teams in 3x3 still switch all the screens or play a late switch, an X cross out, as you call that. And this Princeton squad is doing things differently on defense. And I talked about it yesterday. It's one of those things that has changed the game of 3x3 for me, and it's Damon Huffman at the centerpiece of that.
Yeah, got to tip the cap to Damon Huffman, who's playing for a World Tour final title. He's a world champion as well in 2019. Certainly the most accomplished of the American players. He's on this team. You remember that squad back then, 19, with Robbie Hummel and Kareem Maddox and Craig Moore.
Is Craig Moore on that World Cup team?
No, he wasn't on that World Cup team. He was on that World Tour final team.
You're right.
It was Canyon Berry on that World Cup team. So 15-11. 2:41 to go. Segala, yes. Can get Paris within a possession with a made free throw here. Second free throw. No. Butler. All he does is drive.
That's a great take.
He's strong too, man. Inside, and Nash. Light work.
Another technical this time for delay of game.
I think Nash was defended in the restricted area after the made bucket. So here's the Butler make. And Nash. Wrong place, wrong time.
Apparently so.
Anyway, it's Hugo Suhard will shoot the free throw. And that is good money. Possession over to Paris. Suhard. Got to decide to do something. That's not typically a bad idea. Rambo skies in for the rebound, finds himself in a tussle with Nash. That is as good as a steal. Jump ball goes to the defense, so Princeton will get the rock back. That's a heady play there from Tyrone Nash.
Good hands by Big Nasty.
Yeah, and you see Zaire Carrington trying to give his team, his guys, some energy. Oh, Butler getting tricky with it, but he smoked the layup. Oh, Butler. Wow, they're going to show the replay. That ain't even right. You know how precious possessions are, especially when you get a wide open layup in this game.
That and the fact that Princeton just could have taken a 5-point lead, and that is it's steep. This is that's a 3-possession lead instead of a 2-possession lead.
And again, if you didn't know, Princeton had to come out of the qualifying draw, which started yesterday, to make it to the main draw. So technically, if they win this, they'd be 3-0. Take a closer look to see who that ball actually went out on.
Well, from this angle, it looks like Segala's foot might be on the line, but it's very far away. We're looking at the images that the referee sees as well. And again, evidence has to be clear.
100% decisive.
And it's not.
So the challenge is lost. If the footage is deemed unclear, the call on the floor stands. But that challenge actually was lost. Still a 4-point game. Paris would love to see Hugo Suhard hit a 2. Or that works too. He gets the score to give and go. Buck 40 left. Butler now pulls up mid-range. Nets.
It's a huge shot over Joko as well. It's one of the better defenders in all 3x3.
Hey, Austin Butler been cooking. Started in Shenzhen. It's carrying over in Hong Kong. Butler. Oh, offensive foul. He's waiting to set up the offense, and it's Huffman.
81 seconds remaining in the game. Princeton 3 points away from the W.
So an offensive foul is number 9 on Princeton. They're close to the double bonus. That is not a good spot to be in.
With a 4-point lead. Oh yeah.
Who here is cheering for Team Princeton?
Actually a 3-point lead. 18-15. All the action over the next 2 days coming at you from Victoria Park here in Hong Kong. Paris ball. Rambo looking for somebody to give it up to, a ball handler. Happens to be Suhard. Offensive foul now called on Rambo. Paris's 5th.
Here's what I don't understand. Suhard has Nash on an island. He's a ball handler. He's got a big in front of him. That's when you want him to be aggressive.
Well, I think he saw the size advantage, but he forgot. He didn't know that Huffman is a capable defender on the interior, even though he was, outsized in terms of the height there. Yeah, you're right. He had the bigger mismatch. In any case, Suhard gets a rest. Huffman does too. Minute 4 on the game clock. Segala downshifts. Doesn't get the floater to fall. Under a minute to go. Caruso. He's looking like a deer in headlights for a while, but he focused in, pulled up, and knocked down the J. Joko, 2-ball, no. He'll get another chance. Instead, he passes on the 2 attempt. But 30 seconds in this game, they got to do something and do it now if you're Paris. Segala weaves his way to the cup. 20 seconds to play in this one. Princeton are going to use some clock with a 3-point lead. They could win it with a 2. Paris had a foul to give.
They should have fouled right away.
Yep.
If they wanted a reset and a sub, they should have fouled right away. They took 3-4 seconds off the clock. Now the difference between the game clock and the shot clock, only 3.4. That leaves no time for Paris.
Yep, so now they got a foul. They should have and hope for some missed free throws. But Huffman smartly uses every bit of those 12 seconds. Caruso will fire it. It won't matter. Princeton have not lost the game yet from the qualifying draw. They start off the main draw with a dub. Mark it in the win column as they get it done over Paris. Your final in this one, 19-16.
I'm throwing all of my papers out the window.